In the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's poppin' on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a big brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that Big Brother Bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's poppin' on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a big brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that Big Brother Bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's poppin' on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a big brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that big brother bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building. Tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's popping on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a big brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that big brother bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building. We up in the building.
Yeah. Hey everybody. Everybody, applause for the Great Dane. The Great Dane has accomplished... Hey, he's accomplished it. He got the win. The Great Dane has the win. The Great Dane rules Canada. Canada. And yes, there was a rum chata commercial on TV tonight. That caught my eye real quick. So Yankee, Zeta, I did see that, Zeta, I just noticed you mentioned it in the chat. Yeah, rum chata commercial. And I'm just like, well, that was meant for, Chuck, Jesus Christ. Putting that red name out. I love you, Chuck. Bless your heart, Chuck. Let's say hi to everybody here. Zeta, Debbie, Chuck, Robin. Hello, Robin. Red Robin. Yum. Let's see. Yankee the rum chata girl. She's Yankee is our spokesmodel for rum chata, by the way. Just saying. Denise Hall, and what's up, Denise? Margot T. My dearest Swedish friends. Ooh, Chuck getting that trident out. What's that trident for, man? Well, you're going to stick somebody with that. Who are you going to stick with that? That's going to hurt. Um, wow, wow, wowie, wow. Wow, 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 wowie, wow. Told the camel, hi. He's here. He laid a turd in the room. That wasn't very nice. Hope somebody cleaned that up. Um, AB, how's it going? Jessica Zaps, holy shit! Holy shit, Z! The other Z! To Zaps, holy shit! What's going on, girl? How you doing? Good to see an old name back. Thank you so much for being here. Tommy T, what's going on? Amongst others that are here too. Yes, Zeta, I saw that and I did respond. Um, let me just make sure I responded to both. Yes, all you can say is glorious. Now that at 6:22, I don't know what that was. So I'll have to pick your mind on that one. The second one, yes, and I think you got my response to that. Um, um, how am I feeling about the finale? Glorious. Glorious. Because the right person won. And they won in the right way. They won it straight out. Dane came through I'm not gonna I mean really when there's three people in the house and you're going based on previous knowledge of what they've done, I can't say that I can, really go, good job, Bri, on saying what I said last night. But I did say the first part was going to be some form of physical or endurance comp, and it kind of was a little bit of both. And I said based on size, based on height to weight ratio, and everything else, and previous track record, Dane would win the first part. He did, without too much of a problem. Oh, you going up?
No, not yet.
Okay. Wonky is here, everybody. She's going to hang out for a little bit, I think. Um, and then when, of course, it came to the second part, that's going to be usually a puzzle and or a date memory thing. Anthony sucks at both. Kiera does well at both. I said Kiera would win that. They did. And then I said it would come down to a two of... Oh, thank you. Didn't have to do that, but I was going to have the other. But thank you. Thank you much. So what was I saying?
You were talking about how Kira's good at both.
Oh, yes, Kiera was good at both, and therefore they came through. Now, when it came down to the Q&A on... knowledge of the house guests and knowledge of the game, I did say, and it would be a kind of a tough one, but probably Dane would end up winning that, and he did. Didn't miss a beat, didn't get one wrong. Kiera was beside themselves in that tunnel, that little tunnel, where they had to take step every question you got right. And Dane did not miss a step. Got all the questions right. They tanked on the last two questions, or three. And it was an easy decision. I felt that Dane was going to play the straight-laced game that he had been playing for the most part, and that he would stick to the honor of the boys in general. I truly, by watching the feeds, by watching the interaction between he and Anthony over the last couple of weeks, you could certainly tell that out of the four guys in that group, those two had the strongest bond by far. And especially when the tide turned against Mark, and Dane was able to stay, that said to me right there, those two are hooked together. And I just really did have a good feeling about those two going to the end, unless somehow Kiera was able to pull it out. But they weren't. They finished third, and hey, kudos to Kiera. Even though Kiera did not win a lot, they won very little in the game. They were able to get by enough on their social game, even while having a lot of social faux pas. They got by on determination. Not with a lot of finesse or skill, but with enough determination, grit, and a little bit of the gift of gab and rationale, they were able to grind it through to that final three. Seeing Adam going home was not a shock. We kind of got a murmur of that beforehand anyway, so that was not a shocker. We said, okay, yeah, as soon as that happened, we kind of, okay, now we know what's happened. No, we know for sure now. But Anthony saying in his speech that he led. Well, didn't he say he led? He was the leader of the pretty. What? What? Stone Cold watch. What? 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 Going up? Okay. Thank you. Have fun. Oh, okay.
I got some papers to finish off.
Okay. Love you. So Wookie's heading out. She's going upstairs to do some of that paperwork. No paper cuts. So yeah, 7-0 vote, a unanimous, a Dan Giesling, if you will. He scored a Dan Giesling, a 7-0. How can you not get 7-0? How can you not? I thought it would be 6-1, maybe 7-0, but I wasn't sure on the 7-0. I mean, 7-0, that's a kind of a bold statement to predict. I kind of figured it might be a 6-1. Somebody might just have just a little bit of compassion for Kiera and just kind of throw a mercy vote. But I didn't, I suppose you don't throw mercy votes when it comes to the finale. Because it's all about winning that big 100K, huh? I mean, I shouldn't scoff at it. I mean, shit, it's 100K. It's not 10K. I mean, shit, if it was 10K, I'd be like, I want that too. Hey, but Anthony gets 20K, right? Now, does that mean he gets a fifth of the groceries also? Does he get pay a fifth of the cost of a Kentucky travel, and maybe I don't know, maybe a small a $5,000 thing at Leon's? No, I guess not. Oh well, hey, you got 15,000 American, dude. That'll get you half a car, maybe, if you get something that doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Or at least it'll put you on a good down payment for a really sweet car. Or a decent car. Yeah, not a sweet car, a decent car. What the fuck do these guys get on their per diem? What does the jury make? The fuck do they make? I mean, if he's only getting he's only clearing 15,000 American, and some of these fuckers are in this for 2 months. Almost, yeah, a little over 2 months. What the fuck are they getting? 8? 9? They can't get 10. I doubt that they'd get 10. I don't know. I would really be curious. If anybody has any knowledge on that, please let me know. Let's see who else just came in here. We got El Rey. El Rey, what's up? How are you, sir? You're on your break. Hey, thanks for joining. Appreciate even just the little time you can spend. Yeah, yeah. Zeta says thank you for it being tax free. Yeah, tax free is also great. Come on, 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 come on. What's up, Kimmy? Let's see. So now I hope now I want you guys tonight to rate tonight's picture on the screen on a scale of 1 to 10. How do you think my artistic work is on that framework tonight? Now I will admit the Great Danes are the best. I was looking for something. I was just looking for something weird, but that would catch the theme of the night. Right? So I just typed in like Great Danes and shit into Google, and I was just looking up images, and I saw part of a book, and I'm like, yeah, okay, Great Danes are the best. Bang. Um, so that's why that kind of buff colored background behind it is a dog. It's a Great Dane. Um, Ray says 12. Hello, thank you. I didn't even know we went that high. Deb's like a 9. Deb is being more honest. Thank you. And for those of you saying 10, I appreciate the kind lies. But that's cool. I did like how I got the tuxedos out, for each of them with their pieces of making their emotions and their I want to catch them in mid speak, make it look like they're doing something important. Kind of like a political speech, which is kind of what each of them were doing tonight to a certain degree. I mean, not Kiera so much, but I tried to get the clip where Dane was taking the teeth out, and I was like, I wanted to rewind, and I'm like, fuck this. It's a 2-hour show. I'm not rewinding just to get him taking his teeth out. 10, what was the question? The question was, how many colors are in Arisa's dress tonight? That was the question, and you answered correctly, Chuck. 10. Pardon me. Didn't mean to lurch into your image there. That was just triple B in 3D. It's a new experiment. I was just lurching forward to get my beverage. And by the way, I would like to have a moment of silence for the McDonald's on my block, or not on my block, but in the regional area of my house. They are tearing it apart. So my entire side of the city has no McDonald's for the next couple of months. From a goddamn gas station. Now, it could have been from Wendy's, but I didn't want Wonky to go that far. So, it's okay. It's okay. Not that bad. Although I did make the mistake of asking her to add flavor. And she says, well, what do you want? And I said, cherry. And she just put 1 squirt of cherry, just 1 squirt. And it tastes like I'm drinking Robitussin. Diet Robitussin. Diet Coke. Right. Eh. Anyway. Oh, okay. Oh my god! 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 That's for you, Zeta. Hey, don't pick on my McDonald's. God damn it. Yeah. Oh, poor Bri. I know, Debbie. Thank you. I appreciate that. So okay, Jessica's asking, You've been gone for a while. Can someone explain this Toe the camel character and channel? All right, Toe. I'm lurching forward again. Hold on. This is Toe. He is my camel. We're friends. Now, a couple months ago, during the BBUS Celebrities 2 season finale, I got the kibosh put on my channel. My Big Brother Bride channel. So my friend Toe said, "Hey boss, you can borrow my channel." I'm like, "Okay." And he asked, well, what, I asked him what he needed. He said, "Well, I'd just like to be closer to the duck." I said, "Okay, that's not a problem." He wanted a little bit more light, which was fine. And he just wanted to be a little bit more, more sociable with the other animals in the room. And I said, well, I'm like, "Dude, that's not a problem. All you have to do is ask in the first place." So I did that for him. And now he has, God damn it. Sit your ass down, boy. There you go. Well, and since then, he's procreated with the large rubber duck that I have that's about this big. And they've made a little baby duck. Yeah. So, but the duck doesn't have any humps or any fur. It's just a duck. So, anyway, he said I could borrow the channel until I wanted to, do whatever with it. He doesn't use it for himself. He was just going to use it for family videos and stuff later on, so which we will include eventually. But yeah, we'll be back hopefully over on the mothership. I'm guessing in a couple of weeks. I haven't looked up the day, to be honest with you. I've just been kind of carrying on doing my Canada stuff over here, and that's why I'll put out the nightly bulletins to tell folks to come on over here, and then we'll talk about Canada or whatever we're doing over here that night. So yeah, there's the answer. Thank you at Chuck Hardesty. Can everybody please just type in at Chuck Hardesty in the friggin' chat right now so you can blow up his page red? Actually, don't do it, because that's what he wants. That's what he wants. I'll give him what he wants. I don't care. Chuck deserves something. Chuck deserves at least a little something. Thank you, though, for saying I'm a gentleman and a scholar. I'm not a gentleman. I am a scholar of sorts. And, of course, I think you can kind of get the idea of where the name Toe came from. When does the American Big Brother start? Well, we are anticipating, let's see, what today is the 9th? I would say approximately 5 weeks from now, the house guests will go into the house, and we'll get maybe, I'm guessing about 35 to 40 days from now, they'll go into the house, and we'll get our introductions to them. And then approximately 7 days later, we'll have live feeds and a premiere. Probably a 2-night premiere event. And then live feeds coming up after that second night. So I'm guessing somewhere around the 20th of June. Because that's usually when they start the season, is just about the beginning of summer, right about the day of the beginning of summer. So, yeah, that would be we're really looking forward to it. It's going to have to be a better season than Big Brother Canada 7 was. Holy shit. I mean, for those that watched tonight's show, you would think that the Canada season was a lot better than it had been. Tonight's episode was really good. Because it was a finale. You got to see everybody, and I love the fact that they divvied it up where they did the roundtable discussion of the 6 jurors with Ika. So Ika takes the place of either Jeff or Dr. Will doing that. And usually it's Dr. Will that does that shit. And so Ika goes ahead and does the thing, and they took care of that in a matter of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it was a very easy and simple thing. There wasn't a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of just one simple aimed question, full description, full answer, move down the line, and you just kind of, it was neat. And that's the thing I will say for Canada. Everything is well manicured. Everything from the house itself to the game itself, to the way they play the game, to the way that they, and I say play the game, I mean the game masters, the producers, the directors, the people who decide how the game is played out. I can tell you that I haven't been as impressed with the mechanics of the game like this for a while. But the cast sucked donkey balls. As a whole, they sucked donkey balls. I wonder what though, wow, what would the season have looked like if Maki and Laura made it to jury? What? You'd be like, ooh, there would have been some problems. There would have been some arguments. There would have been some strife. There would have been some pain and anger and crying and distress. That's what we want. But they went too soon. Chelsea, she got what she deserved. Even though she was my preseason pick to win the whole thing, and I even to this day, I'm still like, God, I wish Chelsea had done better. But she didn't, and she finished in 4th to last. So I guess you could say that, what's that, 15, 14, 13, 12th? 12th place. Eddie. I don't know what to say about Eddie. Tonight he looked like a young Chinese version of Elton John. What the fuck did he? What was going on with Eddie? His head now turned like his hair is blood red. He was wearing this like red jacket with this like almost a traditional looking Chinese dragon red going around his neck, almost like a boa, but not. But it wasn't a feathery thing. It was just this. Almost like he was wearing a snake length dragon around his neck, in his back and his shoulders, and then he had like these red glasses, and it's just, he just looked like one of those outfits that Elton John would have worn back in the 80s and 90s that was all like glitzy and all had like one color theme and was very vibrant. And, man, he was still rude to Adam, saying he was ugly and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? What is it with you? He's, like, so insecure about himself, but he's so easy to throw fucking, like, insults at other folks. I mean, I feel bad, but, I mean, I like Eddie, but I don't like Eddie when he's like, he just tells the guy straight to his face, oh, you're eye candy. Oh, he's ugly. I'm like, all right. So seeing, and then of course seeing, folks like Kiki, and Kiki, of course, is going like, oh, Esty, looking hot. And I'm like, Yeah, you know you want some of that, don't you? You do, don't you? And yeah, girl or not, girlfriend or not girlfriend, well, you, uh huh. So I think it's a race between Kiki and Dane as to who gets to hit the Esty first. I have a feeling Dane will. He's the winner. Although he may be too busy with the drinking and the carrying on, so who knows? Yeah, but hey, Dane, remember that 100,000 is Canadian. Yes, I know it's tax free, but that's only 75,000 Americans. So they make it last, dude. It ain't 500K. It ain't 350,000 American after taxes. Um, Make it last, man. Make it last. So, all right. Now, if they have Wendy's every year, who are the people that we're going to see? Let's just assume we're going to see 4 people in the Wendy's window next year. Who are we going to see in that Wendy's window? I'm guessing Kiera for sure. I'm guessing Anthony. I'm guessing Dane. And maybe Sam. Or maybe Esty. Uh, I'm thinking that they would go for people that. Oh, Damien actually. No. Forget Sam. Maybe Damien. Because Damien was so popular with Canada. People would love to see him. So, and I mean, it was clear when they introduced everybody one by one coming out to the stage. Damien got the biggest pop of any motherfucker. I mean, if this was the standard Big Brother rules, you could probably say that Damien would have just walked away with the whole fucking thing. Because it seemed like Canada was 100% behind him before he even got in the house. They didn't even know what the guy sounded like. And they were just like, him. He is the chosen one. And then when it came up that he was already in the house and he was safe, kinda, and people had an opportunity to give a special gift to somebody, who'd they go to? Him again. Whoa. So it's like Canada truly liked Damien a lot. And you know, for Damien, I really thought he was a cool dude. He just didn't have a lot of charisma, or at least that showed on TV. He seems to be charismatic, but it takes a while for him to open up. He does, you know, clearly he can rap with the group. He can rap with them when they're hanging out in the HOH. When they dropped one of his tunes there in the house, I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool tune. I have to find that. I have to look that shit up. But he just was kind of ho-hum to me. And he didn't do much along the lines of winning comps. And I don't think he was, you know, just sitting back. Because early on, he was a target, so therefore he should have been trying to win. So I just think that he just was not a good player. But I think he certainly would be worthy of coming back next season as a, you know, as a Wendy's person or if they ever, you know, if they decided next year to bring back a house guest, he would be somebody that certainly Canada would love to see, even though he didn't, I mean, he did finish in jury, so therefore it's not like he completely burned out in that first 5, or first 6, I should say. So we'll kind of see. Well, I guess we'll have to see. People like Kailyn, no. Cory, I don't think so. Kiki wasn't around long enough to really get enough of a pop with the crowd to get them anything further, I don't think, in the game, when it comes to further on seasons and stuff. But I will say this for Anthony, the guy pulled a Derek Lavaseur. He did not sit on the block once. He did not touch the block once. Those ass cheeks did not sit on that couch. And hey, that's an accomplishment. That's worthy of second place. Because he didn't win comps. He only won one veto comp. That was it. Nothing else. One veto comp. And he relied on his team because they were a team. He relied on the team to get him as far as he got. Now, he says he led the team. He was the leader of the team. Hear me out, but I can see where he might argue that. When you think about the voice of reason in the group, a person who would speak out and be the voice of reason, that was Anthony's role. Adam was not to stand up as the voice of reason in that group. He was always the target of being brought back into, like, snap out of it. Dane, even, with Esty, a little bit. Snap out of it. Mark, when he's getting a little high and mighty on his own right, snap out of it. Stop it. And later on, when it came to Kiera being in with the group, it was reining them in. And so that is a form of leading. That is a form of leading, guiding, coercing. You could say coercing. Some could even say bullying, although I don't know if I would call it that. Some have. I won't. But people are certainly entitled to their opinion on that. But I do see where he could say that. Now that I think of it, it does make some sense that he could say he was the lead. He was a leader. He was the leader. There was no specific leader of the team. It's kind of like you got the Beatles, and you never had a lead Beatle. Some people thought John was the lead Beatle. Some people thought Paul was the lead Beatle. Well, you had a John and you had a Paul. You had Adam and you had Dane. Which one was Paul? Well, the one with the longer career. Okay, John Lennon got killed, but all right. So yeah, all right. No, none of the pretty boys got killed, which is good, very good, that they survived to tell the tale. But you see where I'm going is that they had no set leader. They were boys. They were pretty boys. They were a group. They were a stable. And they needed to rein each other in. But Anthony was that person. Anthony was that guy that took it upon himself. And he was usually the guy to strategize and say, okay, you hang around with so-and-so. Like, he would say, okay, Dane, you handle Esty and Kiki. Adam, you handle Sam and Kyra. Anthony would be like, well, I'll handle Cory and Mama K. And I forget if he even left Mark to have anybody to bother with. I don't think Mark did shit. Other than really looking out for his own ass first and foremost. And yes, in that game you do have to look out for your ass first and foremost, but all the time? No. And that's why I'm glad Mark never made it to the final night. I'm glad that he didn't make it to the final four. He deserved jury, but I would have really been bothered if he had finished in the money. It would have bothered me. So, am I satisfied with the finale? Yes. Am I satisfied with who won? Fuck yes. I wanted one of those two guys to win the game, and they were both in the final. I wanted Dane to win over Anthony by far, and he did. 7-0. I did think that there might be one vote that would go his way, but Anthony's way, but it didn't. And of all the people I thought it might be Kiera, just because Dane. Well, actually, Dane didn't have that. Or no, it was. Wait. Yeah, it was Dane that had the vote. So Dane cast the vote to take Kiera out. And so therefore Kiera, I thought, might be a little bit still pissed, still angry, and throw a vote toward Anthony. But that didn't happen. They were able to compose themselves, and that's another thing Kiera, I will give them a lot of credit for, is that they were a good example in showing how an emotional type of individual, even though people might write you off right away for being emotional or a crier, or maybe some people might think you're too needy. Somebody that's emotional like they are, somebody who's apt to panic, anxiety like they are, for them to have adapted in the house in the way that they did, and was able to keep their emotions in check to a certain degree most of the time, that is a monumental task. One that one that I don't think I could have handled. That's why I can't play the game. I simply can't. I could go all day saying to myself, "Oh, I can handle that." But there's that element of you that really truly never knows. And I think Kiera did, and when they came out of the house and did the interview with Arisa, and then made the statement that any of you can actually do what you want if you just focus on it enough. And you usually hear that somebody say that once a year, whether it be in sports or in politics or in entertainment or whatever it is. Somebody says, if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. Yeah, that's true. But I will say that for Kiera, I really appreciate how they were able to acclimate themselves to the house, and how they were able to evolve themselves, even though they are who they are. They have a distinct lifestyle that puts them in a very precarious, odd position when it comes to dealing with others. And then on top of that, you have the other stresses that you've brought in from your from your outside life that are all compounded on top of you, that you're always thinking about. And then you're mashing those two worlds together, and you're caught in between. And for Kiera to have traversed through some of these things, many of these things, and talked and gotten along with and made deals and been on the block multiple 4 or 5 times, whatever it was, and still come through it and come out in 3rd place, that is one hell of an accomplishment. I don't care how else you splice it. Some people may say, I can't stand Kiera, I never liked them. Okay, if you feel that way, that's on you. That's cool. And I don't fault you for saying that. I'll just say for myself, I appreciated the fact that they were able to acclimate. They were able to evolve and morph and change with the game and flow with the game enough that got them as far as they got. So that's one hell of an accomplishment, and I think they should be very, very proud of what they did. And along the lines of Anthony, he earned his spot there, but he didn't earn a victory, of course, clearly. I think the season on a whole, on a 1 to 10, I have no other Big Brother Canada seasons to put this up against. So I'm going to score it as itself 6. I'm going to say 6. And the only reason I don't even go lower than that is because simply I don't think I could ever go lower than a 5 on a Big Brother season. Because it's like, even think about it. Think about like you're watching an Olympic ice skating routine and some motherfucker falls down 3 times. And they still get at least, 5s for their scores. They don't get 10s, but they at least get 5s for finishing the routine. And they still did stick a few jumps, and they still did, land a few things. Okay, great. And that's what Big Brother did this year. There was a great game setup, just the wrong cast. Really all it was. If that cast had been changed a little bit differently, or if the order in which some of them left had been changed, the season would have probably been increased by at least a full point, maybe 2, depending on how it would have panned out. Because if you took out, let's say you took out Mama K, and you replaced Mama K with Maki. Well, actually, Mama K and Maki both went out early. Alright. Who should we take from the jury? I hate to do it. Zeta's going to be shocked. Let's take Esty out of the jury. Yes, I said it. Let's take Esty out of the jury and replace Esty with Laura. If Esty had been taken out real soon and Laura had been there to stir some shit up, Laura could have been some fun to watch. And that might have changed the way that the rest of the game played out. Who else was in that jury that maybe was not as much of use? Sam could have played a real great game without the Adam factor. I wouldn't say to try to imagine a jury without Sam, because I think Sam had a real good game strategically, and she knew what was going on at almost all times, but it wasn't enough because there were too many factors, too many of these things in her way. And that's what did them in. That's what did her in. I'm just trying to think, because I would never dare try to take Damien out of that jury. I would never dare try to take Adam out of that jury. Or Kiera. Let's take Cory out of the jury. And let's insert Maki. Now, Maki was a little bit more wild. Maki was a little bit more crazy. Maki was a little bit more loose cannon. Maki was more fun to watch. So if you took out Cory, and Cory was eliminated early, pre-jury, and Maki stayed into jury level, So you take those two. Yeah, you take those two. You remove Esty and Cory, and you flip them and you replace them with Maki and Laura. And I bet you that season would have gone up from what I would rate a 6 to probably a 7.5. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Um, let's see here. Zeta saying Dane and Esty are not into each other. Yeah, that's why they were making out so hard in that bed that night, right? That's why they were making out that much. Sans teeth. And that should have been the I caught you moment. But, of course, well, actually, it was kind of funny seeing Adam just basically take Sam and throw her off of him, like as if, like King Kong swatting at those airplanes in the first movie, like that. He just took her and just like woof, threw her away. Yes, they were drunk, but that's all it took for that to strike that match. Those two. There's some bump and grind tonight. They're already probably partying. It's almost 11:30 out there. They're probably already partying like it's 1999. And they are they're getting imbibed. And by 2 a.m. Eastern time, there'll be some making out going on. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I just fell into it. Yeah, there you go, AB. AB saying, okay, 4 out of 10. All right, that's cool. AB, you're saying USA BB20 was an 8.5 out of 10? You know what, AB, I gotta tell you, I respectfully have to disagree. BB20 was a good season compared to 19 and compared to 18. We're not. I don't think we'd be far off in. I don't think we're like a huge distance off in our grading, but I would put. I guess if I have to really splice it, I wouldn't. I would struggle to give BB20 an 8. I would struggle. That's why I'd have to go with like a 7.75. If I'm doing the Star Search ratings where we're doing 3/4 of a star, I'm just saying. I wouldn't quite put it 7.5, but I know a lot of people would put it at a 7. I'm just saying I'm easier to please, and I would say not even quite an 8. There was very little. See, the thing is, what I look for in a Big Brother season is I look for good gameplay. I look for the occasional comp beast. I look for strife. I look for anger. I look for arguments. I look for drunkenness. I look for disruption. I look for basically hellfire and brimstone. That's what Big Brother's about, is people struggling with each other, not getting along. It needs to be more real world in the sense of the bullshit that goes on between these people. I'm not saying that I want them. Well, no. I'm not saying I need them to be out there in Linda all having a makeout session. That's not what I would necessarily need. BB9 was what you did for that. Okay, so if you need to look back at your records, look back at BB9. You can have hot tub orgies and bathtub or friggin' makeout sessions in the friggin' tub, makeout orgies, that kind of thing. Lap dances, ding dong swings, all that stuff. Anyway, BB20 still had too much extra black that if you scrape that shit away, all those stupid superpowers, all those things that lasted for 2 months and 3 or 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 2 months, or the one where you can use it for 3 weeks, but if you don't use it, it still gets used regardless of what you want or not. Huh? What? If you're giving someone a power, don't give them a power that has a fuck you clause in it. No. No. See, that's where Canada did it better. Canada did it better. And so that's why I'm saying, even though Canada had a struggling season, it was based on the cast, the level and the quality of the cast. Big Brother 20's cast was okay. But it was the gimmicks and the gameplay that sucked. Every season of Big Brother is going to have, regardless, you're going to have 2, 3, 4 people that you're going to say are useless. Big Brother 20, there were 3 or 4 people that were useless in the game. I won't name names now. It's way over and done. But I just feel that I do feel that Big Brother 20 was not an 8.5 season. You'd have to put an 8.5 on Big Brother 14. You'd have to put an 8.5 on Big Brother 13, Big Brother 12. I don't think anything we've received in Big Brother OTT would have deserved an 8.5, to be quite honest with you, if anybody watched it. For those few of us that did, it was an 8.5 season. It was a good fucking season. The people were good. The contests were decent. We got a little different stuff that we didn't get before in other seasons of Big Brother. So, yeah, the whole thing about, and this is the thing about the girlfriend, I'm not gonna. I see that there's a little. Right, if you're talking about Coco, Zeta, are you talking about Coco? When it comes to Dane's friend on the outside? Because as far as my understanding is, and this, I heard this out of Dane's mouth, was that they were not together, that they were not a couple at the time that he went into the house. That they had gone together, they were a couple, and that he does love her. He does love her, but we don't know what that level of love is at this point. They're not a couple, but so I'm not trying to agree with AB. I'm not trying to disagree with you. I'm just trying to say what I've heard, and we don't know. I mean, there's emotions run in the game, and sometimes they spill over into the real world, and sometimes they don't. I think for it to be left to agree to disagree is the best idea there on that. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, clearly time will tell. Yes, absolutely, Zeta, you're right. And I mean, we'll see. I do think Adam and Sam are the real shit. I really do. Um, they really do seem so into each other. It's sickening, but also kind of sweet. Yeah, I don't know. And I did see some pictures on Twitter. So I mean, I guess leave this for me to put out there as a ooh, maybe, because I was just talking about Dane and Esty, But I did see a couple pictures of Esty and Damien hanging out, taking pictures together. And I thought, wow, what a good-looking couple they make. And they looked like they were having fun. So who knows? Maybe those two. Maybe none of them. Just because they live together doesn't mean they have to, you know. I just love how people... this is the thing, though. I love how people get so invested into the relationships. And so, like, oh, they've got this person on the outside. No, they don't have this person on the outside. No, they do. Yes, they do. No, they don't. No, and it's just... And people get so invested in it. I love it. Because it just shows how much we care about the game, right? Okay. Thanks for sharing, AB. Okay. Let's see here. Kim's going Stinky and Adam. uh, just checking out what you guys are saying here. Let me catch up. Now, of course, one thing I will tell you. Here's a pretty easy. Here's a pretty easy prediction. I don't think there will be a relationship between Chelsea and Kiera. No. I don't think so. I mean, even though while the game was being played, it seemed like the two of them were getting too close. Not too close, but real close. And if that was given a couple more weeks to brew, maybe something would have happened. But we didn't see it. So therefore, it didn't happen. And since they weren't in the jury together, and they weren't in the jury house together, there was no more time for that to brew. So I don't think that there's going to be any sort of continuation or even pick up from where things left off. Things didn't even start really between those two, other than just a little banter, a little bit of playful talk, a little bit of flirtatious this and flirtatious that, and some deep thoughts that they were both having sometimes, but yeah, I don't think there'll be anything there. Zeta says, I don't want to see it. Gotcha. You think LOL. AB, who was that directed at, AB? You think LOL. Just curious. What about that comp tonight? Which one? the one where they're sliding in green goo to get the urinal cakes stacked up to 25. And they're carrying urinal cakes in their teeth, and they're carrying... Those look like urinal cakes, folks. I'm sorry, they did. You know those little pucks they throw at the bottom of a men's urinal? For those ladies that don't go into men's urinals, or go into men's bathrooms, let me introduce you to the urinal puck. The urinal puck is a white, puck-sized item. And sometimes it has edges to it, like the ones that were shown tonight on the first of the three-leg HOH. And what they do are they basically smell like pine sol and mothballs, and they're put in the bottom of a men's bathroom urinal to cover up the smell of pee. So these folks had to stack up 25 bathroom urinal cakes in their mouth, one by one, till they made a stack of 25 on a lily pad, a red lily pad. That was an interesting comp. I liked it. Okay, I got you, AB, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that was a great comp, Zeta. That was. I liked it too. It was yeah. So, that of course, I mean, it did look. Oh, I was laughing my ass off when Anthony was so close, and he's got his hands. Pardon me. He's got his hands. He's got like two fingers, going like this, and he puts the urinal cake down on the top, and then he's trying to like make sure that they're all in position. And he takes these like two more fingers, but his whole hand is shaking, and it's like this. And then he just fucking tips it, and the whole thing fucking falls over. And I'm like, you are a fucking meathead. I felt, I screamed that out. I said, you're a fucking idiot, or something. But I'm like, you just got. You just fucked you just fucked yourself up. But then Dane comes along in a very slow, smooth pattern of flow, and then his fucking thing gets knocked right over like high tide just came through. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The motherfucker barely moved in that shit, and his whole thing came down. So that was a very very awesome comp. It was a very awesome comp. Very observant, AB. Very observant. Very observant. AB, just curious. Are you male or female? Not that it really matters, but I'm just kind of curious. The opening to tonight's finale was great too. Absolutely. Because it was all neat, it was clean, it was done in a way that had a lot of nice graphics to it, a lot of special effects, a lot of cut scenes that were just short. And that's the thing I like, is when they do cut scenes that are real short, quick, they add effects to and make them pop out. So openings to shows like that, I think, are classic. That's a way to set up the, like, yeah, okay, pump this up. Because I thought, wow, after about the first 30 minutes, I'm like, this is moving okay, but they could be moving it along a little faster. But the next thing you know, they're voting for the winner. And I'm still seeing there's like 40 minutes left to the show, and I'm like, they've got the keys already in. And I'm like, how are you going to sell 40 minutes? But they did. And I was like, wow. I'm like, CBS, why can't you do this? I mean, really. I can't recall CBS ever having a finale as neat, cut, clean, and as effective as that 2 hours was. The finale itself was a good show. The finale itself was a great show. But the season as a mass, as a whole, was not very good. Okay, AB, that's fine. You want to? No, that's fine. If you like being mysterious, that's cool. That's cool. Um, no, the only reason I say that the only reason I ask AB is just because I don't know. I guess I kind of like to know better how to tone a question or an answer towards somebody. If they're male or female or what have you. I mean, not that it's not a must. I mean, for all I know, Kim could be a man. Kim, I know you're not a man. All right, just settle down. Um, I know you're not a man. Believe me, I can tell. The pictures tell you are not a man. Okay, so yeah, I don't give a shit. You don't want to tell me? Fine, that's fine. No big deal. I do ask though because kind of like I don't know when I see some like one person that seems to go more against the grain or be a little bit further out there. I just kind of want to try to understand them a little more. That's all. No big deal. Thank you for putting the links up, Yank. Okay, so you're non-binary. All right, that's cool. AB is non-binary, folks. So they prefer they and them, which we respect. Um, let's see here. What's today's date? Today's May 9th. Okay. Wanted to make sure what the day was. Oh yeah, Debbie. Oh well, I knew your secret. Yeah. When I called Debbie and she goes hello, I'm like, oh Debbie, is it? I go, is Debbie there? And Debbie goes, this is me, Bry. I'm like Debbie, you got a sore throat? No. What do you mean? And I'm just like, well, you sound, I don't know, your voice sounds a little rough. That's because I'm a man. Well, Debbie, gee, shit. I never even knew you were a man. Um, One of my dearest Swedish friends. No, Debbie Bernfeld is most definitely not a man. She's most definitely all woman. And, she's a sweetheart. She is a sweetheart. So, Debbie, Debbie, I love you. I love you, Debbie. You always come up with something just to kind of break that ice. You just come up with, boom. Yep, I'm a man. You got my secret. Mm-hmm. Yep. Right behind that adorable voice and that adorable picture lies a man. Um. Okay. Uh. Yeah, Kim. That's right. There you go. Um. Oh, that's very helpful for the year as well as the month and date. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Well, AB, at least you know a little bit about me. Sometimes I do forget what fucking year it is. Um. Yes. Yes. You certainly did, Debbie. You did a good job at that, hon. You did a real good job at that. Um. So what we're gonna do is tomorrow night we'll talk about. Well, I think I'm gonna do a. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something for Big Brother Canada tomorrow night that we're gonna talk about. Um, or maybe BB21, or maybe neither, or both, or something else. I don't know. We'll figure out something. I'll come up with an idea for tomorrow night's show. I usually do. But tomorrow night is, the fuck night? Tomorrow night's Friday night. Yes. Friday night's my for fighting. Yeah. Oh, for those, I didn't know if you caught my, my camel from Oklahoma. I got a camel from Oklahoma. That's who did the introduction tonight, over on the other channel. So yeah, he wanted to do an introduction tonight. I let him do that. But yes, freestyle. There we go, Yankee. Yankee's calling for the freestyle. All right, we may do some Yankee video tomorrow night. We may do a little rum chata, since rum chata did get an ad on Big Brother Canada 7 finale tonight. How was that? Rum chata. That was all for Yankee. Don't you think so? Yeah. That was all for Yankee. And that was for me, too, because I now like rum chata. Now that I think I will, she goes, well, it tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So now that I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros cereal upstairs, I think I will have to bathe that in rum chata and have that for breakfast. What? Ew. You didn't even have the rum chata. It tastes like milk.
Speaking of cereal with booze.
But it's like milk. It tastes like milk. So if you pour enough of it with your cereal, it's going to taste like milk with that cereal. And then you'll be drunk by the time you have half a bowl of that shit. Right? Isn't that the idea? That's a wake and bake for you, folks. Yankees like, oh my God, yes. So yeah, they have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros. They are little tiny churros, little spinny things, and they're like that big. And yeah, put a little rum chata instead of milk. Small bowl. Eat breakfast responsibly. Imagine if they had to start putting that shit out there on things. Now, imagine if I start a trend with this, and all of a sudden, people are starting to drink or have rum chata. You know, people used to put beer on their cornflakes. Well, people now will start putting rum chata instead of milk on their Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or their Wheaties, or their Frosted Flakes, or Rice Krispies, or Fruit Loops Dingus. Fruit Loop Dingus. What? Is there a Fruit Loop Dingus in here?
Yeah, Buck's in.
Oh, hi, Buck. I don't know how it goes with then that's cream of wheat. Bender, woo! And only like Bender can say, hi, Sarah. Sarah Kinder's here. Hi, Sarah. If I didn't say hi to Robin, hi, Robin. Bender, who needs the cereal? God damn it, Bender. You just had the idea of the night. Fuck the cereal. Just drink the shit. Right? Woo! Woo! Fuck the cereal. Anyway, for those of you that came in late, I am getting ready to sign off. But the Great Dane, he did it. 7-0 victory. 7-0. Shutting out and shutting up Anthony. Anthony saying that he was the leader of the Pretty Boys. And even though Maki did say, he goes, I only have one thing to say. And then everybody's like, oh, that's good. But then Wonky says, yeah, but he's sitting at the little kids' table. He didn't even make it to jury. And I'm like, oh! Wonky burning on Maki like nothing. Like, holy shit. I'm like, damn, Wonky just brought out the burn. She tells me when she burns the students sometimes in school, they'll say some shit and she'll drop some shit like a kid will be talking shit about a basketball team, and then she'll drop a stat on them, and the other kids go, oh shit, she got you. The teacher knows more about basketball than you, and then they're like, they know not to mess with her on basketball, on Walking Dead, on Big Brother, on what else? Pretty life in general. Life in general. Life in general. Yeah, absolutely. They know. They respect the Wonky, Miss Mrs. Wonky. That's how she's known, Mrs. Wonky. Or Signora Wonky, because they actually do call her Signora. So yeah, Signora Wonky. Um, what?
Bender, who flipped?
Who flipped? Bender said who flipped?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask the house guests that tonight after they've had a few drinks in them and then they all go to bed. We'll see who flipped in by the morning. Um. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the finale tonight on the show, on the regular show, on the Big Brother Canada show that they aired. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming by here. I hope you enjoyed tonight. And if you didn't, well, sorry. But I'll be back tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, 7:30 West Coast, per usual. And we'll talk Big Brother stuff. And we'll probably put drunk videos of Yankee up, or something just of Yankee that we can laugh at. And we'll have to discuss that, on the side, Yank. We'll figure something out. So I gotta be me, right? See you later, guys. Peace, love, and we'll see you later. Say goodnight, Wonky.